So, Digimon is my favorite franchise of all time, and well, I played most of the Digimon games. I may have missed a few, but if you look at my channel, I did play all the main ones, and many of the spin-off, which I had a blast playing, so I have to say that not every Digimon games are great, but it's probably due to nostalgia that I don't mind most of them since I grew up with them, you know? So unfortunately, there's bad Digimon games this series for sure, so I figured that I could tell you guys the top 5 worst Digimon games out there. It doesn't mean that it's far from bad, but if I were to make a list of all the Digimon games out there, I would have to put those at the bottom, you know? So yeah, let me know in the comment section which Digimon games you think is the worst of them all. Also, in this video I won't mention the Wonderson games, so keep that in mind. Anyway, let's get into it. Coming up on the number 5 spot, I would have to say Digimon Digital Card Battle. Now, trust me, I don't think the game is that bad, but this is one of the games that I never really played for some reason. I played it for a few hours and just stopped. I was just so much into all the other Digimon games on the PS1 at the time, so yeah, this game was never my cup of tea if I'm being honest. But back then, the only card game I will play was Yu-Gi-Oh! And everyone was into that as well, so perhaps that is why I never got into it. And eventually, I will have to come back and see how good this game actually is, because a lot of people say that it is a really good concept and really good Digimon game. So for sure, I will have to come back eventually. And one more thing I will have to say is that, you know, Digimon World 3 actually have it in their game, like the Digimon card game, and it was really fun. So I do believe this game is actually pretty fun. I just have to come back and see for myself eventually. On this spot, I would have to say Digimon World Data Squad. Well, the first thing that I really didn't like about this game was the loading time. Like, I think this is one of the biggest issues with that game, which made the experience much worse. The game is actually really short if you think about it, but with all those load times, it makes everything so much longer for no goddamn reason. And just doing one single attack takes forever to play, man. Like, when you got 3 Digimon on each side, it could take a couple minutes just for the first freaking round. And let's not forget that there are many encounters and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's much worse on this game than any other Digimon games I ever played. So grinding for Digivolution in this one was way too long, man. Now, I know this is supposed to be a joke, but that goddamn Edamon team was just so annoying, man. I hated it, okay? Anyway, I still had fun playing it if I'm being honest here, but the game would have been much better without all that for sure, if only they could have fixed it. On here, it's Digimon Racing. This game was not a bad racing game whatsoever. Like, I definitely had fun playing it, but we got games like Mario Kart and Crash Bandicoot Racing, so why would anyone play this game while we got the other ones, right? And it's actually the first racing game that had wireless adapter support back in the GBA time, so I can give them that. I'm also really impressed with the English voices in that game. It's actually really good. The control is quite amazing, and as a Digimon fan, it is cool to have a Digimon racing game, because why not, right? I just don't think this is one of their best games out there. That is all. Here on the number 2 spot, we got Digimon World Championship. Now, when I play Digimon games, I really like it when there's story, and in this one, there's not really one. If you enjoyed the VIP and Digimon stuff, you're probably gonna enjoy this game because it's kind of an upgrade to it. The thing about this game is, I feel like you don't do so much. Like, you move Digimon from cage to cage, you feed them, you can catch some Digimon and do the same thing again, and you get them ready for battles, and the battles are really boring to watch, and there's not much going on, and that's about it for what you can do, right? So what else are you supposed to do in this game? Like, it's always the same thing over and over, and if I'm being honest, it's pretty fun for the first few hours, but then eventually it really hits and you're like, god damn, this is way too repetitive for Digimon games on the Nintendo DS console, right? And here we are on the number 1 spot. So we got Digimon All-Star Rumble. So this is the sequel to Digimon Rumble Arena 2, which I had such a blast playing. When this game came out, it was actually really fun, and I really enjoyed doing the versus mode, which was really enjoyable, and we got some really decent Digimon to play with. However, the worst part about this game is the story mode. It's always the same freaking thing with every single Digimon, like, except like the final battle is different, and if you do so, you can actually unlock a new Digimon. So if you want to get every single Digimon, you pretty much have to play with every single one, which takes about an hour to complete with every single one, and it's always the same thing, so it gets way too repetitive and it's so boring, right? Like, I feel like this game could have been so much better if they had like better game modes for sure. An online mode would have been amazing just to play versus other people. Like, I think if Digimon ever makes another you know, fighting game, they will have to go into a different lane, like not like Rumble Arena. Like we still have some gems right there, but I think they should go with a really nice way of doing like a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ. Like if they were to make a Digimon games like that, I think it will sell so much, man. It will be so crazy. This game was just nothing like Rumble Arena 2, so it was definitely a disappointment when the game came out, and yeah, it was a letdown for a sequel. So yeah guys, this is the top 5 worst Digimon games. So now, as I said before, I still think those games are fun to play, but those are definitely at the bottom of the list compared to all the Digimon games I played. So perhaps now I should work on the top 10 Digimon games, because there's just so many good ones. And that is why I didn't do a top 10 Digimon worst games, because there's not really that many worst ones, and even those games are not that bad, but like I said, they're really at the bottom of the list. So yeah, anyway, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more Digimon content, and I will see you guys in my next video. So yeah, peace out.